Cloud,
What?
what in the hell is this music you've got on here?
Oh, I wasn't even listening. I hit the wrong button.
I don't under. What is this?
There's too many of these daggum buttons in here.
Huh?
Mildred, are you there?
Honey, I can hear you, but I don't see you.
I don't see you neither. I'm not sure if I like this whole thing.
Whose idea was this? Oh,
What?
I found the button.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Well, Mildred,
Maude?
this is our first show, honey.
All right.
And you know how we've been so successful with our broadcast on the AM radio station in our hometown.
Hey,
I do,
hey,
yeah.
we're live.
Are you sure?
We're live.
Yeah, honey, we're alive. I'm still alive. It's good to be alive.
Well, it is good to be alive.
Look, it's if you look in the upper left corner,
What?
you can tell your left from your right because you hold up your thumb and your first finger. You hold them up, whichever one makes an L, that's the left.
Is that how that goes?
That's how I learned it. So it says live, and it says we've been on live for about a minute and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I want to welcome back our old listeners from our AM radio station. I'm pleased as punch that they've come to find us here on the YouTubes. Now, for the folks that are new that are going to be listening, I feel like we owe them an explanation as to why we're here, don't you, Mildred and Claude?
I do.
Well, yeah. So,
shouldn't we go to a commercial break?
no, we don't have those anymore, Claude.
What?
No. Remember them fellas in the skinny jeans that came to us and
I
said,
remember.
Yeah, they told us that we wasn't going to do any advertisements anymore.
Listen, that was the dumbest explanation I'd ever heard. My head hurt for like a week.
I don't know how you can make any money if you don't have any advertisements, but they said it would work out. And
I don't understand this at all.
I don't neither. But so for our new listeners and our old listeners, we was a successful little station. We had our own little show on the AM radio, and we did real good.
We covered 5 counties, folks. 5.
We did. We had quite
Number
a few.
1.
Yep, quite a few listeners. And so one day we was piddling around at the studio, and these fellers, they came in and they said, we want to make y'all famous. And I don't have any desire really to be famous, honestly. So, but they kept talking.
I've already been famous once.
Mildred.
I don't want none of that anymore.
Oh, we heard. The whole town heard.
Oh, goodness gracious, my goodness. So these young fellas, they said they was going to set us up on the YouTubes. And they said, I know. I never heard of the YouTubes before.
I've heard of a tube TV.
Me too.
Right.
And the tube in the radio.
Exactly. I've still got a radio with tubes in it. Now,
well, who doesn't have a radio?
Right. And that's what we told these fellas in the skinny jeans. We said, we're fine on the radio, and they were insistent, and they said we had such a good program that they wanted to put us out where more folks could find us. And
they also told us that this was going to be no different than the radio, and that was a lie.
It is a lie. I still don't understand really what the hell did you hit, Claude? Did you hit the button?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know what gets this stupid thing off.
What happened?
Damn. Good Lord, Claude. So, Maude and Mildred are a local phenomenon. We're pillars of the community.
5 counties.
Citizens.
Yep. Yep. And then Claude here, he is well, your name doesn't even show up, Claude.
But everybody knows who I am.
How can they know who you are when you got a picture of your dog up there?
Look, 5 counties. That's my dog Rufus. He's the best dog I ever had, and that was when he was one hot summer day, and he just decided to lay right down there in the floor, and I was like, and that's pretty good laminate if you can see that. But he, I just like that's my best dog. That's my favorite dog. So I'd had one of the grandkids take a picture of him.
Oh, I see.
That's
How did you
fancy.
manage? How did you manage to get it up here on the screen?
Well, apparently there was a meeting, or it was an email by them boys in the skinny jeans,
Yeah.
and I missed it. So
Imagine
since
that.
I'm in the studio, they went ahead and just did it for me. And they
Oh,
told me a couple other things too, but I wasn't paying attention.
well, imagine that.
Hmm.
So, Mildred, I see you ain't got a picture up there.
No, honey, I sent a picture by way of the post a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe they haven't gotten to it yet. Maybe.
Well, see, that makes more sense because when they said they were going to send it by mail, by email, I thought, okay, that means it'll get here faster.
Right.
No, they would. I had to have the grandkids set me up an electronic mail account.
Yeah.
I'll see.
And I still don't know what's all that. I get mail from people all the time, just all kinds of weird things.
You mean in the regular post?
No, in this electronic mail.
Do you now?
I don't know these people. It's worse than you know how it is during voting season. You get all that stupid garbage in your mailbox. Well, that's kind of what it feels like.
I can see that. Yeah, I can sure see that now.
Sounds
So-
like a lot of reading to me. Do you have your glasses?
Yeah, well, I have to have my glasses not only for that, but to kind of look at this computer screen and figure out what's going on. And like I said, they had told me some things, but I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
Huh. So, do the buttons look different than in the studio, Claude?
Well, in the studio, I got like physical buttons to push. Here, I just got I got this little device. It ain't attached to nothing, but it moves around on this screen. It's a pointer, which I'm kind of rude. And and I have to they tell me I have to click on things. I have to click. So
Isn't that what they call the mouse?
Yeah, so I'm constantly hearing this click.
Well, honey, turn your hearing aid down. That happened to me once, and I had the volume up too high.
Well,
I just there's a little button back there. Just
well, I checked the batteries and everything's all right. So I just don't know. I just don't understand this.
Lord, goodness have mercy. It's hard for me with this first show. I'm having trouble keeping up with the format because on the radio we had the commercial breaks that would tell us whenever it was time for a break, and then we could get our bearings back together and then go back to the next topic. But this, I don't.
I can only imagine what happens when we go live.
We're alive. Yes, we're still alive.
Yeah. Claude, the little thing says we are live right now.
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay.
Yeah, I know you're used to the radio studio where it has that big red sign that says if you're live or not, but we don't have that no more.
I specifically told them fellers in the skinny jeans I needed a sign that comes on whenever we are live. I mean, look at it. Look at that. That's the smallest print. I mean, how the hell you expect people to see that?
You're exactly right. But
you shouldn't have listened to the people in the skinny jeans. I could have told you that.
Well, you know what I was thinking, Mildred, when they walked in with them skinny jeans on?
Jehovah's Witness. That was what you were thinking.
I was wondering about that, but then my mind got to wondering about their circulation. I didn't know.
I mean, how's a man supposed to work when you can't feel anything from the waist down?
That's exactly right.
I don't think you're supposed to work in those. Was it a Sunday? Was it a Sunday they were wearing those? And they know they don't work on a Sunday.
Well, that's true. No, it wasn't a Sunday that came by. It was just a normal busy work day, and they didn't have boots on or nothing. They had on like these loafers.
Huh. Did they have a plaid shirt on?
Yeah, they did, and it was tight fitting. It was a tight fitting plaid shirt, and but I was really concerned about that circulation for them because being that snug fitting, it's not good for you.
No.
And that boy in the plaid shirt, he wasn't wearing no loafers. He was wearing some like white high top tennis shoes and I'm like,
in the country,
boy, out here in our little town.
I never seen as such. It didn't make any sense.
Not one lick.
But speaking of our little town, Mildred, have you heard the goings on?
I have not. I haven't. What can you share?
Dear Lord. Well, just recent, like, there was it's really a scandal, but over there at the Williamson place.
Yeah.
The sheriff had to go out there because there was a call about cockfighting.
Why?
I know it, and I ain't never, the people don't do that no more, and if they do, they sure don't make it public.
They don't? That might explain why I haven't heard from my nephew.
It could, because you know what they did? They rounded up 200 folks out there. 200.
Yeah. Well, the first rule about cockfight is you don't talk about cockfight.
That's exactly,
wonder who opened that door.
Well, supposedly somebody called it in to the sheriff, and so they go out to the.
We all know the sheriff is there.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. But the sad part of it was, old Betty that lives across from the Williamson place.
Right? Yeah.
They accidentally showed up at her place instead of the Williamson.
Land.
And she was plumb shook because she hadn't seen a cock in about 20 years.
I reckon.
Yeah, she got rid of them chickens a long time ago.
She did. She quit raising chickens a long time ago. And so when they first showed up, she was set back, seeing the red and the blue lights flashing like that. And they were accusing her of having cocks all around her barn. And she said, I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. Having cocks around is just not what I do. So she, that when they finally figured out it was a Williams across the street, then the sheriff ran over and they found, tons of roosters and cocks and spurs just flying around everywhere.
Oh, I bet that was a sight to be seen.
Yeah, they said people was running and carrying their chickens and,
cock in hand on the run.
They did. They had their cocks in hand on the run. And there were people trying not to get caught with their cocks in their hand because they didn't want to get busted and go to the jailhouse.
Right.
So yeah, that was the.
Well, what did they do? What did they do with all the free cocks? Just running around.
I don't know what they did with them.
What a sight that must have been.
It must have been, and I worry about.
Did anybody get pictures by chance?
Mildred, what are you asking for, Mildred?
Just
pictures of the cocks, pictures of the roosters. I can understand that. Yeah,
I guarantee you there were some prize cocks in there.
I heard that there was. Some of them had been at the fair the last year.
I'll say.
Mildred, I figured you could talk to your buddy, your old friend that's over there with the police department. I'm sure they took a lot of pictures of them cocks you could look at.
I'll have to see if I can reach out and get in touch with him.
I think that'd be good. You know, supposedly we can put pictures up on this here broadcast.
Oh.
You know, whereas with the radio we couldn't do that.
No.
So I think that's a really good thing. Oh, so Mildred, have you started on your garden yet?
You know, I was just thinking I needed to do that. It's been too wet out here.
It sure enough has.
And you know, with the cocks flying every which way.
I know it. I know it.
Nothing tilled.
You can't. You can't. You know, the Farmer's Almanac has an article in this year's publication of all about animal husbandry and egg hatching. I wonder if them fellas over there at the Williamson place been reading on it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, this is about to, you know, we're getting pretty close to the spring cleaning and having to clean out the cobwebs and, you know, and cock handling.
Yep. You're exactly right. Yep. Especially with the animal husbandry, you got to be really careful about, you know, how you set your chicks, and it depends on the moon. Did you know that?
I did know that. And I had a husband once, and I had to get rid of him.
Mildred?
Yeah.
Would y'all lay chicks by the moon? Is that how y'all do it?
Right.
Oh. Did it work out for you?
No. He's gone. The doctor said cancer, but I said rat poison.
Mildred. Yes. Oh my goodness.
We're not live, are we, anymore?
Yeah, we're still live, honey. I hope you haven't incriminated yourself in any way. Because
it's the cancer.
Yeah. We'll just go with that then.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My fibromyalgia is acting up, and sometimes it makes my brain fuzzy.
Well, at least you're not having them mini strokes like you was having before, you know.
They land safe.
I was worried for you. I really was. So, you know, if you're reading on this Farmer's Almanac, it tells you how to choose an incubator. Yep.
We'll do what?
Yep. To break a hen from setting, put an alarm clock in the nest and let it go off. I didn't know that about setting hens. I didn't know.
I keep my alarm clock by my bed. I don't know if I'd hear it if I put it down in the hen house. That don't rightly make no sense.
That's a good point, Mildred. That really is a good point. I don't know if that would rightly make sense at all, really.
Are they wearing those skinny jeans?
I don't know. You know, I don't know how you could do any work with them skinny jeans. And I wonder if that's not who wrote this article, one of them fellers. Lord have mercy. Claude, when do you set out your chickens?
What?
Are you paying attention?
Oh, yeah. Cox and police.
What?
Lord.
I don't know if that's what we was talking. Well, we were.
Is your fibromyalgia acting up too, Claude?
No, I don't have fibromyalgia.
Are you sure?
I have Mylanta.
Mylanta.
Do you even go to the doctor, Claude?
I know. Who wants to go to the doctor?
Exactly. I didn't figure you went to the doctor.
That's like going to the dentist. Dear Lord.
I know.
Back a few years ago, you could bake a pie and go to the doctor and get advice. And I reckon the Williamsons probably paid with cock.
They probably did.
Yeah, they probably did. They had a lot of chickens.
They did. They had quite a few.
Yeah, we'll explain some things.
It would explain some things.
Yeah,
about the Williamses.
Yeah, it would. Well, so if you're getting ready, it's time for our reading of the Farmer's Almanac, and for the folks that do pay attention to the moon and the signs. So, depending on your region.
Did you say the moon shines?
Well, no, that's the old Peterson farm that does that. I heard they don't anymore. Claude, have you heard any more about that?
I know nothing about midnight deliveries from the Peterson farm.
Right. All right. Okay. Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting.
All right.
Claude, the way you say that makes me think maybe
I know nothing.
interesting right there.
Hmm.
So for our area during the month of February, they said the beginning of the month was going to be sunny, bitterly cold, and snow showers and cold. And then this end of the month, it said snowy periods and very cold. But for our folks in the deep south, you know what it said it was going to be?
What's that?
It said it was going to be rainy periods and cold, and then sunny and cold.
Well, tell that to the 79 degrees it was last week.
I know it. That's why I was going to say I don't think that. I mean, I love my almanac, but
You sure that wasn't last year's?
no, it says it's the old Farmer's Almanac 2023. It's the original Farmer's Almanac.
Oh.
Yeah, it's useful with a pleasant degree of humor. That's what I like to think our show is.
Right. Right.
Did you say unusual with a degree of humor?
Useful, unlike you, Claude.
Oh.
I mean,
pay attention, Claude. Pay attention.
For Lord's sake.
It is not down home with Maude, Mildred, and Claude. It is down home with Maude and Mildred. Well, it is my job just to be the producer.
You sure do put your 2 cents in when it's not asked for.
I'd say about 5 cents worth if you ask me.
I agree. Well, so March, we're getting ready to come into March. And it says the first of the month in this area is going to be sunny and chilly. And then for our friends down in the deep south, it's they say it's going to be above average temperatures with precipitation. I know. I guess we know what we have to look forward to next week, don't we?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be above average now.
Well, then that explains the high degree of perspiration they're calling for then.
Oh, that's because your deodorant ain't working again, Mildred.
Deodorant?
Yeah, not. They said precipitation, not perspiration, Mildred.
Oh.
Oh, dear Lord. I think the headphones in the studio are better. Y'all could hear a little bit better or something.
Well, everything went better in the studio. This wasn't my idea.
I know. We agreed on it, Mildred and I. Myself and Mildred. We thought this was a good idea because our years of wisdom, Claude. We need to share it with the younger generations.
That's right.
Yeah, before it's too late.
Yeah. Yep. And Mildred can talk about her famous adventures from when she was younger and tell the youngins what not to do or what to do.
Talk about her famous adventures while she's at this age.
Oh, dear. I don't want to be famous again.
Well, there is some talk, Mildred. There's some talk in the town.
Mildred, I heard
one bit of it.
I heard you found the Fountain of Youth lately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have been feeling pretty spry lately.
I've been wondering what your secret was because you've been out there. You've been going to the Silver Sneakers classes over there at the community center. I've seen you puttering about around town in your little car, and you got a new red car.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been wondering what did you happen upon to make you feel so spry?
Well, I have a little bit of powdered milk. Have you ever had powdered milk?
Powdered milk?
Right, powdered milk.
What in the world is that?
Well, the milkman used to come and bring me my milk, and
I bet he did.
just recently, he retired.
Yeah.
Young feller came,
Yeah.
and he said he was going to start having this a powdered milk.
Huh.
And he said, now you can, of course.
Powdered milk? Who'd have
Right?
heard of such a thing?
Right? He said, you could take this powdered milk and just add water, and it's going to be just like regular old milk that you get from a cow. Or, now, and this is the interesting part. He said, or you just take it, you just open it up, it kind of looks like a brick. How it comes in the, I don't know, like a carton, but just more like a brick. But you just open it up, you chisel you a little bit off, and then you just snort it right up your nose.
Well,
and that milk, that powdered milk, that vitamin D and that calcium, it just goes right to your head.
Well, that would explain some stuff, but I ain't never heard of such. And I mean, I believe every woman needs her vitamin D because it's good for the bones. I mean,
That's
it's good for the body.
Every woman needs the D. That's
every woman does. And
right.
But I ain't never heard of snorting powdered milk.
Well, now, I hadn't either, but it was the darndest thing. I had more energy than I've had, and I'd say darn near 20, 25 years.
Well, given your age, that's saying something now, Mildred.
It really is.
Yeah, that's just.
Now, it's not the same as if you go down to the Walmarts.
Yeah.
And you get the carnation. That's not the same.
So it's not the same. Now, I would think that the carnation would, kind of feel better on your nose.
Well, now, that's what I was thinking.
Huh.
It did not give me the energy. I smelled chocolate for 3 days straight.
Huh.
Yeah. I didn't get no energy. Not like
that. That's why I always say you got to buy local.
Right. Yeah, and this little feller, he's from a couple towns over, but now he comes pretty regularly. A lot of people in my neighborhood really enjoy this powdered milk. It is a tad bit more expensive than, regular milk from a cow.
That's just fascinating.
Well, I mean, if you're going to support your local farmers in the 5-county area here, you're going to pay a little more, but it's always worth it.
Yep. You should really, you should support your local milk dealer. I believe that's true.
Oh, Mildred's been supporting the local milk dealer for years.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That's why she's so strong. Able to go to the silver sneakers classes and
the fibromyalgia doesn't get me down. It doesn't.
I'd say it doesn't. Well, I'm getting some. I think it's a message from somebody. It says we need to wrap the show up. So
it won't be long till supper time and then bed.
Yeah.
Pretty days up in the day.
It'd be a shame to miss them early bird specials.
Well, Claude, have you?
Yeah.
So you've got the email now. Have you done any research on the interwebs?
The what?
Yeah, they call it the internet, the interwebs. Have you?
No, I ain't never heard of such. I tell you what, when I go down to the grandsons this week, I'm gonna have him teach me a little bit about the interwebs and how to operate this. Because I don't have any of them fancy computers or the computers on your phones. I just have me an old flip phone that's put together by duct tape. Works just fine. I can handle my business just fine.
But can you play Oregon Trail on that? I like a good round of Oregon Trail on my computer.
No.
Did you say Oregon Trail or Oregon?
or Oregon.
Oh, okay. I just was making sure. I didn't know what you was playing on your phone.
No, I ain't got nothing like that. I just got me a phone where if people need to get a hold of me, they can. So, I'm like I said, I'm gonna go down there to the grandsons this week, and he said he's gonna teach me a thing or two, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that sounds like a right good idea. I think, because them young fellas in the skinny jeans, they was telling us that you needed to learn how to use the internet a little bit better, and you need to learn to get a little bit more tech savvy. That's what they said, tech savvy.
Oh,
So,
I've got a salve. What's wrong with you?
if you got you some of that black salve, because it's good.
Right, yeah.
I use it. I use it when I got a boil come up, and that, Lord have mercy, it works.
And the best comes from the Amish.
It does.
They have the best black salve you will ever get a hold of.
That's
do wonders. Sure will.
Lord, yeah, I think that more people need to look into how to make that salve, because folks with the boils and the whatnots, and they got the skin flags, and
it'll cure what ails you.
It does. I don't. What in the hell is that, Claude? Did you hit a button again?
Well, you said it was the end of the show.
Oh, I reckon it is. Well, I appreciate all of our old audience coming in and listening to us. And Mildred, it's sure enough, I'm pleased as punch is able to make it today for this first show.
Me too. I'll see you at the Sizzler though, right about 4:30.
Well, yeah, we gotta get that buffet going.
I've just been handed a note. It said, please tell your viewers to hit the like and subscribe button, and also notifications.
What?
Okay.
All right. Well, I reckon that'll do it for us then, since we got the music playing, and I don't like this music at all. I hope they can change it.
I didn't pick this.
I don't know. All right. Well, Mildred, until next time.
Now, all right. I never did see your face. I just could hear you.
Well, maybe we'll figure this out. And where'd the music go? It done stopped.
Oh, sorry about that. I still don't know how this thing works.
I don't neither.
I think we just need to end the show.
You're probably right. Now. All right. Thank y'all.
Bye. Bye now.